What's good, troopers? So we're back with another video, this time about Beskar Mandalorian, because I feel this is a character that really needs to have a little bit of shine put on him. A lot of people have made videos and in the end they've kind of just summarized that he's alright, he's not that great. However, I think there are some really important uses for him. Although you can see he can easily beat the Night Sisters for a full 60 banners in Grand Arena. A lot of bounty hunter teams can do that anyway, so that's not really a major one, although it is an option if you need it. He can also take down the Shack Troopers. It's a little bit ugly, you usually lose at least one toon, but again, it's doable. I feel, however, the main use for Beskar Mandalorian right now is the fact that you can take out Jedi Master Luke with him, or if that's not an option that you really need, or if you don't really want to give Han and Chewie to him, you can actually take down the Commander Luke Skywalker with Chewpio teams really easily and very effectively, and they're one of the more problematic teams that has appeared lately on defense due to Chewpio's blind. Okay, I'm going to give a big shout out to Murphdog for providing this footage. We've got two battles against the Chewpio squad and one against Jedi Master Luke, and I'll try and talk you through the basics of it. There's nothing drastic that needs to be done. They're going to open up on Beskar Mando 99% of the time. From that point, you're really going to want to be spreading around his damage immunity. IG-11's the obvious one because he's going to taunt early, get it on there. Get your ingot stacks onto Canderous for the counters. Obviously, he provides like dots and stuff like that to do more damage. And his counter is a triple tap, so that's going to be a really big deal. That's a lot of damage. It doesn't seem to matter who you target. Really, from this point, all we're doing is like playing the healing game. We're going to be healing the team, spreading damage immunity, getting to whistling birds, from which point we're going to target whoever we're going to target. Sometimes he's targeted Commander Luke Skywalker, other times he targeted Chewpio. So it doesn't seem to matter who you target because it's going to kill one of them, pretty much kill the other, and then the only remaining target from then is usually Han anyway, and you're going to kill him afterwards. So it's, yeah, he goes for Luke in this one. Luke goes down. You can see that Chewpio is nearly dead, so now he's going to finish him. Yeah, he's gone. So we're down to Chewie, who's the obvious target, and Han's going to be last. So he does it slightly different, and he sent me about 3 different battles, played it different every single time. Every single time it was a really comfortable battle that he never really was in any danger in. So it seems to be ultra efficient in that regard, because you're not gonna, you know, if you misplay it, you're not screwed. If you target the wrong person, you don't seem to have a problem taking out the key targets. The obvious key target for me would be Chewpio, because he's got blind and all those annoying mechanics that he brings to the team. He's really like brought the rebels back into things. So I would probably target him first, but Luke's a really good first target as well. I don't know who he targets first in this one. But basically, if I'm going to run this, you're going to want to have your armorer as tanky as possible. Because on the off chance that they do target her first, although from all the footage I've seen, they never ever do, which is confusing to me. And maybe they coded it that way just to, you know, give her a shot of actually being used in these games. But they always seem to target Beskar Mando, and when they do that, they drop him below 50% health. That grants the third ingot to armorer, allowing her to triple stack Canderous. So that always seems to happen. And then from there, as I said earlier, you just play the healing game. You bide your time, get to whistling birds, pick your target, and kill them. This one, he seems to be focusing mainly on Chewbacca, which is the general thing you do when you're fighting rebel squads. He's building up to whistling birds. I can't remember exactly who he targets in this one. I think it might be Chewpio this time. More heals. Chewpio's such a great character. He really is. And I love IG-11. Big AoE. Nobody's really in danger at any point here, but we're coming up to whistling birds now. Alright, he's charging up. I love that they just can't seem to do anything to anyone. They've actually even managed to get blind off here, which is pretty huge. That's usually game over if you're using most teams. Is he going to target? Oh, he's going to go for 3PO here. So 3PO drops with Chewie, because Chewie was already being targeted. Most of the battle was nearly dead. Han's almost gone, so he's obviously going to go for him now and then just clean up Luke, I guess. So he's played this totally different to the way he played it last time. And as you can see, it's still a really comfortable, easy win. And this is one of the more problematic teams that seems to have appeared lately. A lot of people are using 3PO and Chewpio together with Luke in 3v3. And I see this a lot in territory war defense now. So if this is going to be a key team that you can use all the time, it definitely warrants building. This one is against the Jedi Master Luke team. And this is definitely usable, but it's also quite scary in the fact that if they decide they're going to take out Han Solo right at the start, you're screwed. The game is already over. You're really going to want to be focusing on getting your damage immunity around, so don't worry too much if your health drops low. That's going to allow you to put damage immunity around. You just got to focus on keeping your damage dealers alive. As you can see, he's put the damage immunity onto Beskar Mando here because he's looking incredibly soft. Now you can start spreading all the heals around. They're going to get rid of Wat Tambor first. You got to get rid of that savior on Jedi Revan as well. There's no point targeting Gas straight away because he's just going to come back to life. Get rid of this savior on Revan, then you can take out Gas or whoever you want to. I generally, on all these Jedi Master Luke counters, I take Gas out first after I've procced savior. I'm not 100% sure which way he's going to do it. He seems to be wearing down Revan at the moment. And to get rid of Mark is always a great thing to do. So they've taken out Chewbacca now, but Whistling Birds has taken out Revan. So he's starting to wear down their team now. But what you've really got to focus on here is your modding. I think you're really going to need a lot of offense on Beskar Mando, and you're really going to have to mod for damage on Han and Chewie as well. I know a lot of people like a Tenacity Chewie or just a really thick, tanky Chewie, but you're going to need all the damage you can muster from this team to be able to take out this Galactic Legend. I don't know if I would call this a super hard counter. It's probably more in the soft counter, just because you don't know who they're going to target. It's a bit like that team that's out there right now where you can use like Luke and Armorer to take out Kylo. If Kylo gets too much mastery and siphons too much on Jedi Master Luke, Jedi Knight Luke, he gains so much evasion, that's it, it's a timeout. So I'm not sure I would call this a super hard counter, but it does seem to work quite regularly. So it's probably somewhere in that like 70-80% range, I would say. From this point, you're safe. You've got so much damage immunity that you can be passing around, so much heal. I don't see Jedi Master Luke managing to kill anyone, really. I may be wrong, but we'll see. I suspect that you'll end with 4 people alive now, because he just doesn't seem to do much damage, Luke. He relies on Jedi Knight Luke to be doing his damage in Gas. So it's one of those, it's a bit like Night Sisters v Grievous. It looks scarier than it is. I think once you run it a lot, you'll be more comfortable with it, and you'll know when you're actually in danger and when it's just looking scary. We're very fortunate that they didn't bother Han in this. They seem to want to gun down Chewie. There goes Whistling Birds. It looks like Luke's about to drop, and he's gone. See, this seems to, in my opinion, give Mando that really big boost that he needed. A lot of people had written this character off as kind of just subpar, really not that great. But I think if you're very, very early game, you can pick up that cheap pack that allows you to get a bunch of shards to work towards Beskar Mando. And if you can build this team up, not only are you going to be building up the general squad that's going to allow you to get lots of bonuses from the likes of Credit Heist, but you're going to end up with a character that can not only take up one of the most problematic rebel teams, but also a galactic legend. So that, to me, actually makes Beskar Mando a really viable early farm and an excellent character to have in your arsenal. I'm personally going to be building him up for this so that I can use and take out those Chewpio Luke teams. And if I'm in a desperate bind in GAC, my opponent's got too many galactic legends compared to me because I've got 1. I regularly face people 2 or 3. Having this would be extremely helpful, so I know I can focus my Kylo somewhere else, and I can take out Luke with this one. To take Chewie and Han away from the rebels, that's going to hurt you. If you usually put that on defense, yes, that is going to hurt. But if you're going to need this team, then I don't think you can really argue with taking them away from rebels in order to have a galactic legend counter. So that's it for this video, guys. I will, in the pins, put MurphDog's SWGOH.gg so you can see the mods he's using, but I pretty much broke down what you're going to want to do. It's pretty much how you normally mod these characters anyway. Damage, damage, damage. And then when it comes to Quill, you're probably going to want to make sure you get guard on him if you're going to go for the Jedi Master Luke counter. So Go for health and offense on him. Just ensure you can make sure you get guard there. Obviously, Han's going to have it anyway, so it's going to really be out of IG-11, Bando, and QL who's going to get the next one. So it should be quite easy to game that, because IG-11's definitely not going to get it with how tanky he is. And from that point, just protect your damage dealer. That's all that matters in that one. In the in the Commander Luke Skywalker team, it doesn't seem to be all that difficult. I've seen several battles. Every single one seems to be ultra comfortable no matter what you do. So hopefully this helps you guys out. Be sure to like and subscribe. Until next time, we out of here.